KSP because it just froze up and didn't want to play ball.
Imagine if you have no internet, you can't talk to the server.
Okay, should be streaming again.
Yep. Back online.
Rush.
But if it's any consolation, I should still be on the pad. You two launched?
Twice.
Oh, okay. And now I've got a load of icons missing.
Disconnect and reconnect.
Computer's working for me.
Nope, I'm still missing a load of icons. Like the DMP icon for one. Yep, looks like I'm gonna have to restart KSP. Again. I really need to fix that in the extensions.
We not include
Now it's working.
precise. Was precise not included with?
I don't think it was. I think I had to go get it. This might actually end up being a doable mission this time. Yeah. Alright, so don't use the skinny octo-core because apparently that doesn't work with the current version of remote tech.
Joy. Might, if you remind me on later, I'll go in and take a look. Have you shown your viewers Planet Skit and the changes that I've made to the Kerbal system?
Once I get this maneuver pinned, I can.
Right, so you don't need my help in trying to debug remote tech.
You're still gonna have to debug because there's a there's core that doesn't work with it, but I've made a craft that is working.
Right. Well, that debug will have to wait. I do it live on stream. I could, but uh-oh. Newton?
Yes.
I've lost a load of icons from KSP, and I've got exception. XML exception. Document element did not appear. File trajectories config.xml. Is that a corrupt file? Right. My apologies, stream. I'm going to have to send you back to the slideshow for a little bit. In fact, actually, switch you over to my technical difficulties slideshow for your amusement. Colleagues. So what was that, Oak?
I think I'm
Just a few disasters that have happened that I actually managed to take screen caps of. The thing is, I can just plain out and out overwrite my game data directory.
Oh man, I love ion engines. Oh crap.
Language.
Check out that screenshot. It's pretty hilarious.
I would do if I was in the server.
Going out Ghost.
Had a little bit of disassembly. I don't think you're planning on there.
Yeah. The solar panels hit the dish, and the dish won. Oh yeah. All I gotta say. Time to orbit this. Shame. It's a shame.
Oh yes, parabolic photon. Kind of really annoying that it has to happen on live stream. Been testing this mod
Whoa,
all
what?
day,
Heck?
and no problems. And then my internet glitches, and I have to crash out of KSP, and I get a corrupt file. Great. Or a few corrupt files by the looks of it. And corrupt
By the time you
DLLs
said
as
that
well.
in my chat, says that your experiments are rife with challenges. Parabolic Photon was talking to Com in my chat.
Well, time to see how this
Yeah, he's
glorious this re-entry is.
oh, it's spectacular.
I'm going 3 kilometers a second through the atmosphere.
Oh, there's going to be nothing
Wait.
left.
Yep.
You did equip your pods with heat shield, didn't you?
This is unmanned.
Right, that's okay. But if you take a pod up, they do have reflective heat shields on them, but not ablative.
Not ablative, yeah. There we go. Boom. 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 Okay, there we go. Everything finally exploded.
Oh, you had a nice little orbit, and yeah.
Oh yeah, you saw the orbit?
Yeah.
Nice and steep. Going for a geosync. Geosync.
You realize that was fun doing it.
Yeah, I was just gonna help a little bit. Put it in geosync, and then eventually I'm gonna take this to Duna. I have to fix that solar panel. Only need one on me, right?
Yeah. Well, strictly speaking, two. The
Okay,
Communitron 32
Technically.
will snap if you try and launch with it deployed. So you need that DP10
I use a dish when I launch.
dish.
When
Use
you
a dish
launch?
when I launch.
That's it at all.
Works. It works.
And the rest of us use a DP10 on the launch stage.
Eh.
So what was that, Oak? Are you okay there, bud? Well, you sound like you're ready for bed.
Probably.
So just for the benefit of my stream, this won't take a mo. Just a couple of minutes remaining at the most.
Ooh, here's a fun question. Is a tech by computer smart enough to stage?
So
Not automatically.
what was that about remote tech?
You can just you can use Kerbal Engineer to figure out how long that stage will last, and the staging with the delay.
If it needs to happen in the middle of a burn.
Yeah.
Getting really tired of this. Never had this much trouble doing it.
Trouble me.
Well, this time, worried about trying to make sure that it was actually going to work. with the flight computer that I'm offline with the KSC. That's where I plan to surprise. I've got a dead satellite and almost stationary.
There we go. Right, restart KSP and hopefully this will work.
Second.
Forgot to put the bearings back on.
Oh, nuts. I just realised Active Texture Management is going to have to completely rebuild my textures now because I've overwritten them, so all the date and timestamps are going to be different. Hey.
Did you design a planet that has a polar orbit around the sun?
Might have happened.
Yep.
Or do you do it?
Yep, it's in there. And Planet Skit's in there. And a few other fun planets. Yay.
Let's see if we can. Probably stage it.
What did you say?
Should probably stage it.
Wow, even active texture management runs faster when change which core KSP uses. Parabolic Photon and everyone in Ghost Chat. What kind of memory saving did I get when I removed the stock tanks in favour of procedural? It was approximately 300 to 400 megabytes.
I noticed a increase. Thanks.
Out all the stock there.
Yeah, I removed the stock cylindrical tanks completely in favour of the procedural tanks.
I don't think I did that part. Probably is the difference.
Hey, all my icons are back. Hey, all my icons are back. Well, I can see Kyo Comsat 1. And I can see the start of my station. Oh, they're over here. Going to this KioSat Comsat 1 doesn't have a link with KSC, and yet it should be within line of sight.
You the right sync.
Probably not. Hang on. I'm synced with you, but not with Luton. There we go.
Definitely have line of sight.
So I'm now synced with Luton, and I can see his satellite. And again, yours doesn't have a link according to this.
I'm linked to him. Linked to the one that's on its way to a geostationary orbit. I don't see one for the one that's in geostationary.
There's only one satellite up there.
I see Geostat Comsat and Geostat Comsat 1.
Comsat 1 is the actual.
Really, Luton? You've launched a Duna satellite?
I'm preparing. Before it goes to Duna, it can be an interplanetary. It has the GX128 on it. I also put 4 KR7s on it, which are the 90 megameter with 25-degree range.
Right. Now we need to take up some fuel tanks. So I need a return pod.
Great. I think satellites actually for where it's in a very long while.
Oh. Okay. Seconds.
Oh. Do, 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 do. Do I or don't I?
Oh.
These satellites are only designed to fly. I was planning on putting a workaround minutes to bounce.
Yep, go for it. Might as well do
Your
all the
station
planets.
Station is acting as
A relay.
it's a temporary relay, but I might not cancel this in time.
I don't see your craft, so
Cancel, cancel. Okay, there we go.
Last I looked.
I'm in the future.
Yeah, I was going to say Luton and me were in the future.
I'm trying to get to the spot where I'm right above SC.
I've got one that's. I'm gonna have one on either side of KSU. They're both connected to it. On the back side of the planet of future. I usually have two downlinks to KSC for redundancy.
Is hitting each other? They are. Because I have a TWR of 5.6.
Yep, even though I have OCS build aid installed, I don't use it.
Actually, what I'm gonna do real quick. Get the debris from that first launch.
And they're off.
Classified by the game as if
Yep.
Yes.
Getting to do that first.
got yours too, Luke.
Hmm?
Got your debris too.
satellite has 10K Delta V with ion engines.
Yeah.
Just realized I don't know if I'll be able to capture on Do Not. Actually, yeah, I will. Yeah, I will.
Those ion.
But
Not a fan.
yeah, not a fan of 4-minute burns.
Not very much.
Well, that's what I just had to do. I should put RCS on it.
They should turn SAS on before I go.
That might be helpful.
Right.
All clone fault. All clones beguiling Gary.
On the
man.
wasteland?
Realize how far ahead I worked.
I mean, I was going to resume base operations on Nimbus before I even went in.
Yeah, well, I mean, this will at least cover.
Don't forget
all
you're
of
going to need
Kerbin
ScanSat
and-
sats.
I forgot that.
Could do that, actually. That'd be more useful. Okay. It's already on the second launch. And one more launch, we'll have a rudimentary networking.
I still left my ScanSat parts in, which actually you're going to need both of them, don't forget. Even if you go for default ScanSat modules, don't forget to take up the resource scanner. We should already have it unlocked, but I will be adding more resources in on the fly, so we'll need to re-enable the scans to scan for them.
I guess this thing will just basically just be a planetary, like it doesn't have scan. I don't really want to take it anymore. Well, just in case we have something that 10.7K Delta V.
A polar with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
I like those. Hey, New Panda.
Oh, it's awake. We're live streaming DMP with all the new mods. You're welcome to join us.
Try to get back to sleep. Scan it to Your friends don't scan, and if they don't scan, well, they're friends of mine.
Friends scan. I want to see that rocket take off.
What, mine out?
Waiting.
But is Oak DMPing also?
No, I think he's waiting for me to send my fuel tanker up.
With all these crazy. So I bet that's gonna.
Come on, Warrior, what are you doing?
I
What?
was watching a comm warrior.
Like, what the Jesus are you launching?
Did you see it?
Oh, this doesn't look like the same ship, but the last one I saw had like 3 rows of pretty solid booster. Oh, yeah, it's the ship.
Yeah, that light
What in
launch
God's name are
stage
you
isn't
launching?
enough. I need something heavier. I've not got enough Delta V.
So that takes a really long time to get there.
Yep.
With my current 80 megamile,
Hey,
Language.
$40. Burn.
yeah, need to be farther behind me.
Hmm?
Are you going polar with that?
Yep. Messed up on the in my Apple apps and stuff. But I have so much Delta V that it doesn't even matter. Still have 9,000. But it bit
I'm really questioning CW's sanity right now.
right now.
I was about to say that, but you beat me to it.
You've obviously never seen
was
me do a
trying to be
heavy
nice.
launch. Actually, this isn't a
I
heavy
don't know.
launch.
Now I understand when people say, you know, I say this ship is so big it's insane, and people say, well, it's nothing compared to Comm Warriors. Now I actually understand why they would say that to me. So I've never actually watched you do a mega launch.
Ghost, I don't know why I can't.
This isn't
log
that
on to
heavy.
your actual
No,
concepts.
that's what I'm saying. Is
It's only
I
1,000
didn't hear
tons.
you.
What?
Didn't hear you.
Can't log on to your actual concepts.
I'm set to go to active vessel.
They're just not
Yeah.
in the like able to lock on. I don't know
Need
why.
a little bit more. Need a little bit more. TWR's a touch on the low side, so actually I just thought though still not enough margin for error. Okay, fine.
What?
Time for procedural SRBs.
No. I don't get it. Hey, do you... Here, I'll take a screenshot. Do you see this? You see those solar panels are apparently 100% blocked by the dish.
Oh.
Yep, that happens.
Because it only considers the... Yes?
Yep. The fun one is when they block themselves.
Oh...
Makes sense if you're going to have them consider one bunch itself.
What?
It would make sense that if it was going to consider one on the panel itself, that it would be the center of the panel, right?
Yes, that would make sense. Fortunately, can't switch that because I am waiting for it to slowly turn. Wait.
Because those are perverts.
That was not where I wanted that to happen.
What you've been saying.
Somehow my solar panels are colder than the ink.
Oh.
Now I know to attract the interplanetary dish before I turns.
Saying the satellite.
I need a bigger VAB again.
Dude, what are you even watching? This I don't even wanna I'm gonna look. Don't even wanna look. Look anyways.
So what is your payload, Comware?
LFO tank and monoprop tank.
What was the first one?
LFO.
What's LFO?
Liquid
Quick
fuel and
electrolyzers.
oxidizer.
Kaiser.
Thank you.
Staging's good. Final check of pod.
I can't cancel the mode
Dock. Lights.
out of power, but
Entry. Parachute. Parachute. Set. Minimums. RCS there. RCS there. What did I call the other one? Station simple, then the name. Anyone prepping for launch? Because I'm about to go on up.
Everybody run!
I've just synced
Run
with
the children
looting.
and women!
You shut up. I thought you were going to bed as well. I was synced with looting, but he's now time warping.
I was gonna go to bed.
Oh,
And then I saw your ship.
oh, God darn it. I've got to go and repair. I've got to go and repair the launch pad because a certain person dropped debris on me.
Well,
I blame New Panda.
I do too. It was always
I'll
New Panda's
fifth
fault.
that.
Still in your satellite.
I am, yes.
That help?
But what? Who?
Just pointed at dish.
Like on my, to me, I don't even see like. I don't even see that your things have antennas.
How now?
Only on the one that's not numbered.
They're both numbered now.
Oh, I was just looking. I see there's still a Keostat comsat in a 4-hour orbit.
I'm waiting for to actually launch the thing. At least
that's
it
still
looks a
going on
lot
about?
better than when he had all those R10s around it. It worked, but it looked.
Going up. Time warping. Fifteen seconds. 10. 5.
Abort! Abort! There's a cloud in the sky!
Launching. Yeah, okay, so I'm being lazy.
I have a 5.5 minute burn. Ooh-wee. I'm gonna go get something to drink while I burn.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, burn, baby, burn. I should point out that actually this is only small for me.
And I'm back. Right, that looks
Coming
like
up
it
on
should
SRB
do.
set. Set. Clear. By the way, look out below. Gravity turn. Roll. Don't do it. Don't do it. Fudge. So, I just lost my solar panels. Oh well. Oh, no, tell a lie, I've got 2 left. Separation.
Here's some what's happening.
$53,000. Go go gummy bears. Now, why is the simulation in red? you look up here, when it goes red, that means it's
Right.
doing something else. It can't run fast
Oh,
enough.
that's they're good enough polar orbit there?
I don't know.
So now that it's
Life
green,
goes.
it's running in real time. Oh,
What
sort
goes up?
of.
Apoapsis almost directly
You'll notice
above
the
North
frame rate
Pole,
drop down when it
of
starts going
44
yellow,
megamiles.
and
Meters.
when it goes red, it'll really slow, like that. It means it's calculating
Periapsis,
something, usually the position of someone else.
32 kilometers.
Why couldn't they have just taught us metric and been done with it?
I know.
They've tried a couple times, but they give up.
Problem is that you have to teach everybody alive right now to go to that system.
What they should do is transition. Teach your generation both, and teach the next generation only metric.
Well, we've already had this conversation between me and Panda, but the UK transitioned from Imperial to metric about 20 years ago. So within my lifetime,
It would
basically.
be easy if we weren't so lazy.
Yep.
What?
I said it would be easy if we weren't so lazy. We'd expect immediate results, so we transition. Teach students now, everybody must know. No, you've got to teach a couple generations both, and then you can go to strictly metric.
I had to teach it when I was a kid, but the problem is all fought in yards and miles.
I was just about to say,
It's
it's
hard
not
to
compensating.
when all the signs are in
You
miles per hour.
Football.
And it's the 100-yard dash and 100-meter.
Well, that's why I was saying it's going to take a couple generations. You have to teach that first, or the first generation. You have to teach both. It's going to stay yards and miles, and then eventually you're going to start transitioning the signs and the distances into metric, while still teaching both. And then you're going to finally finish by cutting out the miles and yards after you've started calling it in school the 400-meter dash or whatever. You start doing a hybrid street sign, so you do miles per hour and kilometers. It would be significantly easier if people would just be willing to take the time to do it, but they expect it to be done in 2 or 3 years, and it's not going to happen.
That nasty. English only, please. In my chat. Greetings, Nikki. How are you? Just to let the new people know, this is KSP Multiplayer. People that you can hear in the background are on Capcom with me. We have Oaktree42, who's actually not far off going to bed at the moment. We've got New Panda, who's actually just listening in. And also in the server is Lutin, who isn't actually streaming at the moment, but he's running around doing things.
Oh, I see you have
And,
Nick,
and Ghost Rider, who's who's actually streaming at the moment. So we do have a multi-Twitch link. There we go. If you click on that link, you'll see both streams come up in one window and both chats. So you can see what we're all doing. I'm currently taking a large, oh, actually no, it's not large, medium-sized
KSP the
LFO.
biggest game ever. Oh, not even close. What, are you high? Guy who said is KSP bigger game ever. I was thinking about the largest game maps. KSP came to mind. KSP, the empty space, and Jewel, and even count just Kerbin itself be big enough to classify as the biggest game ever? The answer is no.
Freelancer has a bigger
Minecraft.
universe.
Space Engineer has infinite procedural map.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll do it.
So does Minecraft.
Yeah, but Space Engineer the infinite third dimension. I actually don't.
Yes, Space Engineer does have 3 dimensions,
It's got to. It's in
and
space.
so it
That's
trips a
still
lot of people up.
That'd still be true when
When what comes out?
No Man's Sky.
I don't know what that is.
My God, how are you gonna excited?
Uh,
No Man's Sky is a trade / combat / exploration of the types of ships you can have. Planets are procedurally generated, are the size of planets,
Right,
and
now
the
we
only
put
thing
an
that they've done
intercept.
to scale the universe down, they've slightly scaled the space between bodies. If every human being on the planet played No Man's Sky, still start tens of light years
Hey.
away from the next closest planet.
I'd argue Space Engineers is the same size as that then, if not bigger, because it's infinitely procedurally generated.
The thing with Space Engineers is that you're limited by resources. The way that No Man's Sky works is that
It all goes back to
everything
one algorithm.
is always procedurally generated. So it doesn't store, like,
So,
it doesn't generate it and then store
Doing the
that.
intercept manually.
It's all just off one algorithm. It will regenerate it when you get nearby.
Based off of a seed.
So going for a multi-orbit
So it
intercept.
doesn't have to store all of this. So you could keep going forever and ever and not end up hitting, like, oh, my world's too big. So while, given resources, they would be the same size. Can't really, talking sort of realistically, No Man's Sky would be bigger.
So all I did
But
there
it's a different.
was to
the
burn
the
prograde
space
to blow
that it
out this side of
has
the
is
orbit. So I
used
slowed down in
different.
relation to my station that I'm going to be docking with.
Yeah. See, I've had, or on my
Because I'm
server,
actually
granted
ahead of
it's
it
only a
in the
couple
orbit.
people to play, but we've stretched the map out about 200,000 plus kilometers in each direction, and it's
14?
4 megs. So Space Engineers can grow a lot.
Yes, and 200,000 kilometers is like.
It's about
It's
4 hours of flying.
It's like 21.
Okay, Night Oak.
years.
And
Sorry, Oak. I don't have that command in my chat. I will create it just for
I
you.
could have sworn you did. Maybe it was Ghost Rider who had it.
all I know is that people got tired of flying after about 4 hours.
Doesn't have
Nope.
it either.
I
Oh,
don't
you
have
did.
that one either.
Someone had it that I was looking at.
So
It
now
was
just using the RCS
It wasn't
to
Dan,
slow
I
it
was
down
looking
a
at
bit.
someone else. Which stream I was like, they had? Oh, it
Steven
was
J61. J61 has an
Stop it.
And
Com Warrior has an Oak Command.
Yeah, I have.
And
Yeah,
inter-channel
command.
commands.
Nice
Oh.
satellite.
There it
Nice, my
is.
satellite.
Does it have an
No
exclamation
exclamation
in
mark.
front of it?
That way, anyone that's talking about you will automatically get the link.
It only if it's the first word in there, or what they say. Ben, I recognize what you're saying about how it's not even close or remotely close to the same distance as or the game you're referring to, but at the same time, what I was suggesting is that, or given the size of my hard drive, I will never have a map that outgrows the size or my limited resource.
I'm good, Nicky. How come you're not
Well, put it this
100%?
way, if you took that 200-kilometer size map, expanded it to a light year, would need 190 terabytes.
I guess my issue is that, at least with Kerbal Space Program, it's big. If you ever walk around the planets, particularly Kerbin, it's not particularly detailed. And so I don't think that really. I think I think just how big it is not a good measurement. Because, like,
Where are you? Where's my target?
why Nikki just said that. I think that there's a good chance that you can make a map infinitely large if it has no detail, right?
Yeah.
Skyrim, Fallout, incredibly detailed maps. They have more detail than Kerbal Space Program if you just took all the details and crammed them into one spot. But what Kerbal has for it is all the physics.
And the space in between.
Yeah. I mean, the physics interactions and the planning and the engines and everything. I'm really curious about this whole new ISP system and everything, though. I'm afraid it's going to have a pretty steep learning curve. I have to go to bed before I fall over. So, see you guys tomorrow.
Talk to you later, Oak. I'm sorry to hear that, Nicky.
Out of my understanding, currently the largest static map out there is the Morrowind map.
Oops.
Was Daggerfall not static?
I just made a boo-boo.
Not sure.
That's
Looks
annoying.
like you lost a tank there, buddy.
Oops.
Yeah, so, yeah. Daggerfall, some of it was randomly generated.
This mission's
so I guess it
terminated.
doesn't count under the static. But it was,
Crud. Yeah,
Maybe that's the one I was thinking of, but there was a Bethesda map.
62,000 square miles.
I completely understand,
the
Nicky.
explorable part is
Just be aware this is a
9.6 square miles.
family-friendly
Okay,
chat,
maybe it was the Daggerfall one.
so
I
please
just
don't
knew
go
it was
into
one
too
of the
many
Bethesda,
details.
Elder Scroll games.
It's like
Right, need to deorbit this.
3/4 the size of Great Britain.
Where is...
And nobody has been crazy enough to do something like that since.
Well, I mean, you also have to consider that the graphics were very...
But the good thing is
Like,
you
it
get to
was like
see
Doom-
Deadly Reentry
Doom
at its
style.
finest with my new configs. Courtesy of Igor.
But, it's still...
But when you're considering that, you also have to consider the hardware that was running it at the time,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Apologies,
that
Nicky.
came out, what, like,
I will
96,
turn them down a bit.
7? Yeah, 96. For MS-DOS.
There we go, that should be a little
Yeah,
bit
you can still
quieter.
download it.
Yeah, as I was saying,
The whole thing is 150
be aware this is a
megabytes.
family-friendly chat, so please don't go into too many specifics. You do have my sympathies. Stupid camera issues. There we go. Better. my one of my exes was post-op, so kind of got the gist of a lot of things from her. Well, guys, I am, after that slight accident, I'm now deorbiting with the fuel tank, and I'm going to show my guys what happens when you deorbit with our deadly reentry config. It's courtesy of Igor. Ed? What is bed? I know of no such thing. No, I'm stupid. I just realised I got to take the fuel balancer, so I can dump that lot. There we go, I'll slow down a bit quicker now.
Could be very upset.
Gonna be upset at what?
Ow.
What was that, Ghost? I help if I hit the push to talk key. Okay, you've gone really quiet.
I don't know what to tell you. Like the only way I can be heard.
Well, the trouble is, I adjust the settings on my TeamSpeak so I can hear you during the day, then when it gets to like this time, you suddenly go very, very quiet.
Across the hall to sleeping.
Uh-huh. I got people in the room next to me, actually the other side of the wall I'm facing. They're asleep.
I feel like I'm too tired to KSP. No reason why I should miss it.
So, here comes the fun of deadly re-entry at night. Geez, starting to get warm. Kaboom! Oh, still there. For a moment there, I thought I'd ejected my heat shield. It's all destroyed. Now we just sit back and relax. What's so deadly about that? Yeah! Yeah, space planes. Only if you have heat shielding on your wings.
Wow, the decay on this network, I can't do this.
What do you mean, decay?
Well, my two satellites that are going to be perfectly set up as a leg of an equilateral triangle are now forming an equilateral triangle between two of them and a seat. Drifted that. I'd be fine if I hadn't run into so many. I want to tell this game that. Okay.
And how does that make you feel?
I'll just get rid
Ways
of
I
the heat
cannot
shield.
accurately describe in language.
Right, our parachute warning has gone. Go and chuck the parachutes out. And then we'll get rid of SAS. And we're coming down over the water. Give me a mo and I'll take a look at where you're up to. You're miles ahead of in the future to me, so I need to go back to the
I know because I misaimed, so I had to time warp to where I got at least more that made sense for one of the satellites.
Hmm. And yes, late opening parachutes.
Move on now. He's gonna have to fix these.
Right, I'm taking a look at where you're up to. So we're going to go into the tracking centre. Because Ghost is in a different time stream than me, to synchronise with him. He is 4 days in the future, said to me. Not the brilliant thing to be doing here. Okay, we have a load of asteroids in with us now. That. Yeah, for the benefit of my chat, we have indeed been tracking asteroids for a while.
Time warp again.
Well, that's Luton's satellite up there. That is a very, very eccentric orbit. We have an asteroid on collision course with Kerbin. So, just to explain to my chat, this is Planet Skit. It's the home planet of Skit 1188, who some of you, most of you, should know. We have Mun in there somewhere. There's Mimus. That's the giant asteroid field that we've been collecting.
Sounds like a party rock.
That's Moho that I changed.
At the moment,
There's Jewel.
there is somewhat
Drez.
workable arm set. Very moment in time where I'm
Elu. Then we have Inaccessible and Centaur.
If you do 4 at about 500 meters, they should stay in a fairly steady, constant connection.
never had this
500,000, sorry.
Never had this much of a problem kept geostationary satellite.
Then in Centaur, where is it? Okay. We have a whole new solar system. Bud, Erin, Skeleton, and Ringle. All on some pretty wacky angles. Nah. And that's nothing.
We have a Class E asteroid on it.
It's Class E. Oh god.
35 periapses.
Oh, not that one.
What's wrong with having a Class C asteroid in collision course with Kerbin?
No, not that one. There's one that actually
Nope.
impacts the surface. Coming in from directly above. It's IEO-697. Currently
What's
at,
wrong with that?
well, it could cause some damage. You know, it's kind of the thing that you want to avoid.
Like what type of damage? I've never seen
Well,
what happens when an asteroid hits Kerbin.
Well, let's put it this way: it's a little bit too close to where, to the equator, where the KSC orbits goes around.
You're in sandbox mode, right?
Yeah.
So worst case scenario is you've got a rock in the KSC, right?
I
Or
see the asteroid.
how far ahead in the future are you?
I've already hit.
3 days? Probably. That means I can't time warp and I'm gonna have to go and get it.
I don't know if I have the patience to do this right now.
Ah, feel free to go bed. I'll go and get it. As soon as I've
Have a look at those comm stats. Right now, they're in a big formation there.
well, I can't exactly time warp to them. Right, let's go and fix this punch stage, shall we? If you need to go bed, then go for it. But I mean, it's like 7:20 my time, so it's no point in me going bed.
I wouldn't be going to sleep. I just can't do it. Bother me.
Oh, all these.
Gonna keep going on. Nonsense.
Right, move them down there. And they won't fry my fuel tanks. I will of course need to go and get a coffee and some breakfast shortly.
Oh, I'm gonna send people your way. Head there, guys, if you're in my chat. Also hope. I don't have the patience to do this right now effectively, and we're playing on a DMP server, so what I do affects him.
And vice versa, of course. Well, it's been a while since I played with asteroids, so I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
Launch to rendezvous and engage. Thank you for the host. Not that it's going to give me a host notifier by the looks of it. I should also point out to my stream that actually solar system is going to get even more complicated. I've decided that every single person that's going to be playing on this DMP server gets their own home planet, and it'll be a custom one. So Skit's home planet is of course pink, because that's her favourite colour. So we've got mine, Ghost Riders, and quite a few other people. There's going to be a lot of planets in here by the time I'm finished. However, The next thing to go in will be MKS, OKS, and the extraplanetary launch system, which I'm going to start working on that on Friday. And simple reason being that I actually need to divert my time to work. Let's put it that way. Annoyingly, this week. So get the stuff that I've got to do out of the way, and I can play. So, while I'm waiting for this, let's have a read at what's already gone into it. So, before this update, we have Active Texture Management Standard, Crew Manifest, Deadly Reentry, Editor Extensions, Fire Spitter, Fuse Box, Cable Alarm Top, Alarm Clock, Kindtech Animation Library, MechJeb 2, Module Manager, Nav HUD, Cable Attachment System, RCS Build Aid, Remote Tech, ScanSat, Trajectories, Regolith, Stack Inline Lights, SXT Air Brakes, TAC Fuel Balancer, Nav HUD, Foundries, Mark 3 Loading Ramps, Alignment, Near Future Construction, Near Future Solar, Space Shuttle Nose Cones, Speedy's Hex Trusses, and Alternate Resource Panel. That's what went in before this update. Just keeping an eye on it. In this update we have, under parts, procedural parts, procedural fairings, procedural wings, which also prompted the removal of all the stock cylindrical fuel tanks, LFO, monoprop, and Xeon. Add-ons that went in are Joint Reinforcer, Draft Twitch Viewers, TAC Life Support, Planet Factory, and an update to Fire Spitter. Say goodbye to a couple of solar panels. Well, at least, as long as there's at least one left, then we'll be okay. Custom stuff that's gone in. We have strut length increased from 10 meters to 100 meters. Mark III Advanced SAS unit created. Mark III battery pack created. Global part Deadly Reentry Realism overhaul, courtesy of Igor, which prompted the Mark 1-2 pod to get an upgrade with reflective heat shield. Polar pod now has reflective heat shields. Octotrust docking port settings have been changed because we found they were pants. We also copied a 2.5 meter docking port and cloned it with higher docking port settings. Cable attachment system max pipe length increased to 200 meters. CW Tech got installed, which is the stuff that I'm working on to augment MKS OKS. CW Resources have been installed, which again augments the resources for MKS OKS. The Lackluster Labs 2x1 greenhouse has been repurposed and resized to 8x4. Lackluster Labs 4x2 cargo bay has been added, and the 4x2 cargo bay has been copied and resized to 8x4. Patches that have been installed are the stock bug fixes. And I also updated Deadly Reentry to the latest version. That's what went into this version of the mod pack. Where's Ghost gone? You still there, Panda? Oh, Panda not there. Go.
Went mute and team speak, so I was like, okay.
I quite often do talk to my stream without broadcasting it across TeamSpeak.
I was like, oh, it's quiet. Okay, well, I guess I'll hop the channel.
Yes, Parabolic Photon, there's a lot of hard work that's gone into making it so far. The fun comes when we put MKSO case in. Excuse me. As I already mentioned. So at the moment we are in Sandbox. And we are basically testing out everything that we're putting in. It gives people a chance to get used to what it is we're changing. We change it bit by bit. And then we can get their feedback. Well, I can get their feedback as to what needs to be changed, any tweaks that need to be done, if they're missing something to do a specific task, then I can put it in the next version. um, it's okay, Ghost. I'm sure you're just tired and frustrated and just can't quite get it right. On the dark side, so let's do and turn some lights on.
I had your stream unmuted. Not sure if you were actually talking. Now it's messing with my head. It's like, you are talking. Hear it again.
Well, pick one. Which one do you want me to do?
Talking.
Okay, no, fair enough. Just I didn't want to relay my chat over everybody else's.
Here. Can to really hear them.
He's snoring his head off, probably live streaming. Yes. For the benefit of my chat, Panda has a general tendency to fall asleep on his stream. Nine kilometers? Yeah, that's not bad. You know what, we can do a direct burn at 9 kilometers. So, how's everyone in my chat? What you been up to over the weekend? Lay behind? Really? Again? You have got to be kidding me. Oh, for God's sake, it's happened again. Ekim the Brave, what are you building bases with? Have you got any mods installed?
What happened there?
Deorbit Separatrons decided to make my RCS tank explode. For the second time. So now I'm deorbiting. Have you got the asteroid mining technologies? If so, have you used it? Really? And you've got asteroid mining going on them. How do you find it?
We're gonna see.
Okie dokie. That's one of the things that we're thinking of is asteroid mining, which is why we're um, tracking so many asteroids. Somewhere around here is a planet. There it is. So you guys get to see another one go boom. Yep, it seems like definitely something that's going to be worth doing. So, which is kind of why we're coming down near Kerbin as well, near KSC, which is why we're thinking about putting it in. It all just depends on memory usage. Yep, not going to be far off the KSC. Yep, oh well. If I'd have known that, I would have tried to hit it. Well, I build Linux, excuse me, Linux operating systems from source tarballs rather than using distributions. Mainly for servers, but I can do it for desktops as well. So that's one of the things that I've been thinking about, but that really doesn't help my fellow players, really. So also it means I've got to find streaming software for Linux and yada yada yada.